Christine Bentley, and we want to remind you not to forget to download our What She Said radio podcast. It is free on iTunes thanks to VUFA.ca, the #1 website design wholesaler in Toronto, serving some of the leading brands in the U.S. and Canada. So visit VUFA.net and join to monetize your services today. And in fact, we have the founder of VUFA.net sitting with us right now. Good morning, Vivek.
Good morning, Christine.
And me, I'm here too.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to talk about, today, we're going to talk about 5 steps to increase your sales online. Now, you've actually been helping my daughter, Alexandra Beaton, with her new Beaton and Foster. Let's give them a plug. She's doing all kinds of travel logs and everything. And she gets invited to all kinds of European countries, all expenses paid, to post. Oh, to have 176,000 followers on Instagram. But you've been helping them set up their websites and everything. So what are your key 5 steps?
Well, as you know, every business has their own trade secrets, and I'm going to disclose some of these trade secrets today. And if you think that you want to sell more online, and most of the people think that if a product is good, it is cheap, and it can be delivered fast, then that means, they can sell more. Well, that is not always true, because of the reason that if something is good and cheap, it won't be fast. If something is cheap and fast, it won't be good. And if something is good and fast, it won't be cheap. So you got to understand, these 3 statements.
I don't know, I'm fast and cheap, and apparently I'm good. Don't go there, Vivek. It's okay.
But if you really think a little bit more about this, you will realize that people don't understand that companies like Apple, which is one of the best example, where they have not just a good product, but they have a great product. And their pricing is not cheap at all. They are one of the most expensive cell phones out there. And they don't deliver it fast either. You have to line up, and then they will take their own time to deliver it to you. Yet they sell more than anybody else in the smart device industry.
Okay, but Vivek, comparing Apple, which has been around for a number of years and has built its brand over that time, to, let's say, a startup that wants to go online, it's not quite the same thing.
It's not the same thing, but there's something called brand positioning. And when you are going to position your brand in a particular niche in such a way so that you provide higher and greater value to your customers. Like, price point is only important when you say, I have a product that is not worth that much, and it's not going to enrich my customer's life anyways, so let me sell it for cheap. But if you know inside your heart that, this product can change their life, you can price it higher. That's the thing. If you price it higher, there will be a whole different world of customers that will be interested to buy that product from you.
It's a psychological play, really, because people say don't underestimate the value of what you're selling, because people look at it and think if it is inexpensive, it's probably not as good.
Yeah. Chances are, because if you see 1998, BMW, bought out Rolls-Royce. If you see Rolls-Royce cars, you will see that their pricing starts with $300,000 plus. Whereas a BMW car you can buy for from $80,000 to $150,000. Even though both the cars have a lot of similar features, they offer the same similar features. Like they have the same chassis inside the car, and they have the same leather seats that they use in the car. Okay, same quality, but then the pricing is so different for each model there.
But in these situations, we're talking about Rolls-Royce. That's a status purchase.
Yes.
And Apple is not quite status, but a status. It's almost a must-have. I mean, for certain generations, you have to have an Apple.
Yeah.
My children look at me and say, "I can't believe you don't have a Mac computer. I mean, how can you exist?" Because
Absolutely.
it's part of their culture. It's sort of part of pop culture or whatever. But for, I don't know, let's say you're selling shoes or T-shirts or, I mean, yes, Louboutins are one thing, but what about if you're not? It's not Louboutin, it's not Jimmy Choo's.
See, that's why you have to put a lot of emphasis on the quality of your product. If you really can, bring the quality of because the price is always going to be directly proportional to the value you're going to provide your customers. It's a simple formula.
Or the status.
Status is, again, it has to do a lot with the brand positioning in the market. So if you don't have a brand and you just go out there and say like, hey, I have this product, I want to sell it out there, people are going to say like, first of all, we are not interested to buy it from you. And second of all, because we don't know much about it. So, there is no chance that we will invest in such a product. So the name of the product is very important. The brand is very important.
Okay, so that's brand positioning. That's important. And then
Yeah.
what about getting the word out? Making sure, like with your website, obviously, but I've noticed that a lot of people have websites that don't read properly on other devices, like iPads or phones.
Right. So the second step, and the second step to sell more is to have a responsive website, because 87% of the customers these days are using smartphones and iPads to access your site and buy from you. So you should have a website that works on cell phones. It has the right size of the fonts, right height of the sentences that you're typing in, because it has to be simple to read. That's the first thing. Again, for any product, it is very important that you have a sales page. Now, a sales page consists of a good title, a compelling title, a great description, something to do with features and benefits. So there has to be a table of features and benefits right there. And again, the price point has to be directly proportional to the amount of value they're going to provide to your customers.
Okay, so mobile friendly. So then, and what about like getting? We hear so much about search engine optimization.
Now
SEO.
that's the third step to sell more online. That when you are putting up any description on your website or on the sales page, you should include keywords so that the search engines can know what exactly you're selling. Because most of the time, people will just use a description copied from other website. And it is very hard for search engines to realize that what this person is trying to sell. So you got to educate your customers through search engine optimization, and that is very important these days.
Now, is that a function that you would hire somebody for if you were starting a business? Because most lay people or even good business people wouldn't know those key words.
Well, the thing is, these days you can find a lot of videos online on YouTube where you can learn the strategies on how you can find those kind of keywords.
Okay.
But at the same time, if you really want to become successful, it's always better to hire an expert in that field, because
Right.
they can actually do the right meta description for you, the tagging for you, and use the right content, piece of content, quality content on the site, so that when search engines are trying to scan your site, they will know exactly what you're trying to sell, plus they will promote you by listing you on the first 5 pages of Google.
But again, I never go, and you have to watch whether it's sponsored at the top. I usually go to the second page, or I go down, because I think the first couple are so good, so professional, that I go down a few if I'm looking for something.
Right.
But that may just be me. What about newsletters? The law changed fairly recently in Canada that you can't just mass email everyone. So how do you get the word out to people? Is it through a newsletter that you get them to subscribe to?
See, the fourth strategy, and one of the most important strategies, to create a database of customers. And the way to do that is to put an opt-in box, that is a subscription box, on your site, on your sales page, so that when somebody is going to your website and they're looking at the product, maybe they are a little bit interested, maybe chances are they're not that much interested, but they might say like, let me put my name and email to get a 10% discount from these guys. Maybe I will use the coupon later on.
Oh,
But
so offer them something to
You got to
sign
have an
up.
offer.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there is no chance they're going to subscribe to your site.
Now, where does social media fit in there in terms of promoting your brand and trying to get people to your website?
Well, the thing is, you have to make your social media pages really popular, first of all. That's the first step of using social media. Unless your pages are popular, there is no chance that you will get any traffic on your site. So in order to make your social media popular, you can use something called, like, for example, on Facebook, they have promote your page. So they charge you whatever, $10 per week, and they will get you 100 likes for that, right? So they automatically promote your page, and that's how you can get more likes on your page.
Yeah, but things like, for example, if you're trying to advertise, you're giving away something because you're trying to get people to subscribe. If you went on Twitter and you did it cleverly, could you get?
Yes.
Is that the way to?
Yeah, that is the way to do it, because any offer, people just like discount coupons all the time. You say 10% 15% discount coupons are right here. If you click here and go and subscribe, you will receive your discount coupon. People are gonna buy into that, and they will put their name and email.
Now, I've heard a couple of other people have told me that the magic number on Facebook, when you will start to grow exponentially without doing a lot of work, is 5,000 followers. Is there any truth to that?
The thing is, it doesn't ring any bell to me, because the magic number is not 5,000. The magic number is 10,000.
10,000.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's not 5,000
No,
anymore.
you can only have 5,000 on a personal page.
On a
Yeah,
personal
no, I'm
page,
talking
but
about
when it comes to a business page,
yeah.
you got to have at least 10,000 people in there, because you will always realize that it's always going to be 50% of the people responding to what you do. So if you're looking at 5,000 people, chances are there will be only 2,000 people who will respond to your post or even look at that post.
Yeah, because
So-
of the new algorithms that they change all the time. I think only 3% of them of your followers are seeing them anyway, right?
Yeah.
So how do you track, and how important is tracking and monitoring this kind of stuff?
Tracking is very important for any website or any products or e-commerce, services that you offer, because by tracking where the customer is coming from, you are actually tracking from where the sales leads are originating. So if you know where the sales leads are originating, chances are that you can focus more on that particular niche and sell more.
Selling more is a good thing.
Always been.
Okay, so and you offer, VUFA offers these services?
Yes, we offer website design, that is a mobile responsive website design, sales pages. We offer social media, search engine optimization, video production, and analytics, Google Analytics, and Google AdWords, Google AdSense. So anything and everything that you can think about doing online marketing, we offer that all. Plus graphic design, logo branding, brochure design, and flyers.
Okay, and that's all at vufa.ca. So
Yes.
Vivek can help you out.
Yeah.
VOOFA.ca.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to listen in to the news conference about Gord Downey from the Tragically Hip. So stay with us right here on What She Said, SiriusXM 167.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.